Oh, Suey. You know somebody's behind you, son? Oh, man. You knew I was going to do that to you someday, didn't you? Oh, Suey. What do you think about this purity clover, son? Purity. I mean, day purity.
You can make your little cap, did you?
Nope. I was hiding behind it.
You're behind
I was hiding behind it, waiting on you.
Was you knocking on the...
No, that wasn't me knocking on that. That's that hog. Is that why you slowed down? Because I noticed it took you a long time to come out.
No, I had time to shoot.
Tie your shoe?
Yeah, I had time to shoot.
I didn't know you know how to tie a shoe. Man, David's down there milking. What is it? You thinking about something?
I heard a bus.
Yeah, you did hear the bus. You get here every day at bus time, son.
I get here every time bus time. Son.
Yeah. This guy's just as faithful as clockwork. He gets here exactly the same time every day. Because he knows there's going to be coffee and food and stories.
Yeah.
He loves his stories.
You didn't get no rabbit, did you?
No, we never seen no rabbit. But I tell you one thing. We ate good.
You did, what?
You knew we'd eat good, didn't you?
Why?
Son, we always eat good, you know that.
Always.
Always. I got you bacon frying in there now.
Oh, I bet it burnt.
Nope, it ain't burnt.
I bet it is.
Nope. All right. Almost time. Bye. Man, you gotta look at this, son. Pancakes and bacon, son. You need some coffee or what?
Oh, yeah.
Son, you shouldn't be doing that. That's too hard on your head.
No, it ain't hard on me. It makes me feel good, son.
Not busting wood.
No, splitting wood.
Splitting wood? What's the difference? Busting or splitting?
It's the same, I guess.
It always made me feel bad when I was 20 years old, son.
Yeah.
How's that coffee?
Good, hot.
You can't drink it too hot, huh? You'd think false teeth would be too sensitive.
No, just right.
I bet it's pretty hot on you.
No, it ain't hot. I thought it was hot, but it ain't. Maybe. You mean. Ma? He mean.
Lucky to get so much good breakfast every morning.
I know that. I have to work hard when I have to work this.
I try to tell you not to bust wood.
I know. I love the bust wood, son.
Washing dishes ain't as hard as busting wood.
Yeah, it is too. I can bust wood fast, and I can.
Mom, what do you think about this old clown?
Okay, doing
I mean, the person watching this video that believes that busting wood is easier than dishes.
It is. Go.
Yeah, if you got a splitter, but you're using a maul.
I'm using a splitter.
You ain't using the hand poke.
No.
You're using the pow, pow.
Yeah, but it's good though.
That's hard on your back, son.
I put it on the stand. Go. One hit.
Here comes Matt. Here comes Matt. Did you milk that? No? Wow, that's a lot of milk. All right, it's story time, folks.
In Jeremiah 29,
take a big old deep sip of coffee and get ready for the story, son.
Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you
hope in the
future.
Hey, sis, Dad, Mom, come on. Your story hour's on.
Presenting Your Story Hour. Building for a better tomorrow.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome.
I can't believe it's time for another story already, Aunt Carol.
It surely is. And we have an exciting one for today, Uncle Dan.
Oh, your stories are always exciting, Aunt Carol. What's this one about?
Well, this is the first of a two-part story, especially designed for our young friends who have perhaps been told they can't accomplish something because of, well, their size, or their gender, or whatever it might be.
I think everyone at some time has been told they can't do something. It really makes a person feel discouraged.
I know what you mean, Uncle Dan. And that's why these two stories are so special. In our first one, the one for today, we'll have a glimpse at the childhood of a famous person. And next time, we'll see just how she accomplished her goals.
She?
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 In fact, I call my story for today, Girl Doctor.
Oh. Okay, then.
Where have them?
Elizabeth Blackwell, known as Bessie to family members, was born in Bristol, England on February 3rd, 1821. She was one of 7 children, 4 girls and 3 boys, born to Samuel and Hannah Blackwell. The family also included 4 aunts and a governess, Miss Major, who was hired to teach the children at home because father's support of women's rights, religious tolerance, and the abolition of slavery caused his children to be barred from the local schools. The family, well regarded by the intellectuals of the period, lived near Bristol in a large gabled house by the sea.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 towels. Mine, 1 for you, Anna, 1 for you, Marion, and 1 for Samuel. 1 for each of us to use here at the beach. Wow, all the way to 4, Bessie. Come on, Anna. You know I can count higher than that. I hope so, Elizabeth, or you'll be in big trouble when Henry, Emily, and baby Howard are old enough to leave the nursery. That's easy, Marion. 5, 6, 7. You could probably go all the way to 1,000.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes, we just like to keep you on your toes. So Miss Major won't have to.
Yeah, them look good.
Of course, Anna and Marion, amused by their little sister's exuberance, knew she couldn't go shopping alone. So they scurried off to follow her to the house where the 3 girls, along with their governess, Miss Major, prepared to go to market. Aunt Barr had some final instructions.
And please, Bessie, it rained last night, so no splashing in the mud. Your brothers are enough trouble. But Aunt Barr, they get to splash all day. See, Elizabeth, what Miss Major is trying to say is you are not a boy. Father said girls should have the same opportunities as boys. Correction, young lady. He said girls should have the same education as boys. Elizabeth, mud puddles aren't exactly opportunities.
Oh, your father's ideas. No good will come of them. Mark my words.
Here, Bessie, let me tie your bonnets bow and move yours. Those are very difficult. Thank you, Miss Major, but I can stand.
Oh, no.
Oh, Elizabeth, your dress is covered with mud. Oh, no. What will Aunt Barr say? She'll put you down in the black book for sure. Those black books. Every time we do something wrong, she writes it down. Look over there. The butter woman and the eggs woman are arguing again. Miss Major, why are almost all the country people who come to town women? Where are all the men and boys? Well, for the most part. The men and boys stay on the farm to do chores, and the wives and daughters come to town to sell. Oh, well, I have to find the strawberry lane. I promised Mother. Let's look for someone selling produce then, shall we? Anna, Marion, come along. Sorry, Missy, I'm all out of strawberries. Look, over there, another fruit stand. Maybe she has some.
Sorry,
Bessie,
I'm out of strawberries.
I got no berries left myself, Missy, but an old gentleman with a car. See there on the bridge? Yes, I see him. He might have his phone. Thank you. Elizabeth, wait.
She
Please,
just got the last batch, huh?
Oh, there, Miss Hilda. You stop it, won't you? Now, what can I do for you, little lady?
I need strawberries for my mother.
Lucky thing that is. I have just 1 basket left.
Oh, thank you. Here's your money.
Oh, they're free, little one. Anybody that concerned about their mother deserves a basket on the house.
Oh, no, sir. Fair is fair, my father always says.
Well, in that case, here you are. You're like a little hurricane, aren't you? Yeah. Get up now. Get up.
In the coming weeks and months, as times grew harder in England, riots did boil over into the quiet streets of Bristol. Mother was even afraid for Father to take Anna and Marion to their drawing lessons in the city.
Samuel, do you really think it's safe?
Oh, we'll be fine, Mother. Don't you worry. We've heard rumors before, and nothing has come of it.
Just keep a sharp eye out for trouble, then.
That afternoon, after Father and the girls left, Bessie, who preferred to explore the woods over going into town, happily played with her little sister Emily and her little brother Henry down by the brook. When they came back home from the woods, Father and the girls had not returned.
I'm sure they'll all be home soon. Let's go ahead and have our supper.
Supper time came and went, and still no sign of Father and the girls. Bedtime arrived, and Bessie went to bed feeling very alone in the darkness. Soon she was joined by little Emily, who crawled in next to Bessie for comfort.
Don't worry, Emily. Everything will be all right.
Soon Emily was drowsy, but Bessie slipped from her bed and went to the window, looking out towards Bristol.
The sky is red. There's a red glow over Bristol. Oh, dear Father in heaven, please keep Father safe and Anna and Marion. What's the matter, Bessie? Nothing, Emily. Go to sleep now. That's right. That's right.
The next morning, Bessie ran downstairs to see if her father had returned, only to find that he had not. She then persuaded her mother to let her go into their little village to see if she could hear of any news.
Maybe Mr. Johns, the innkeeper, will have heard something.
Morning, Bess. What can I do for you?
My father and sisters went to town last night and haven't returned.
To Bristol.
Arms across the church's door, barring their way, and he said, "Stop this needless destruction." Now to all of Bristol, Father is a hero.
I felt it was my duty. I'm just lucky the mob spared my life and the sugar refinery. So far, they haven't touched the business. But I'm beginning to think maybe we should move.
Move?
Yes, to America.
Bessie had heard Father talk of moving to America before, but never so seriously. Within a few months, his sugar refinery was burned to the ground by rioters, and the decision was made. They packed what belongings they could and boarded a boat for the New World. As they neared New York,
Father, I can't see over the railing.
Yeah, let me lift you up so you can see. That's the Hudson River on the left, and on your right, that's called the East River. We've arrived.
Bessie felt like the pioneers Miss Major had told them about. Eagerly, she peered over the railing and watched as the wharf came alive with men preparing to dock their ship. Within the hour, the family found themselves standing on the wharf, their luggage piled high beside them.
All stay here. I'll find a carriage to take us to our hotel.
While Father was gone, the children played on the wharf, and young Samuel even managed to pick a fight with a boy his age. His resulting shiner was hardly noticed, however, when Father returned with surprising news.
I'm afraid there are no carriages. New York is nearly deserted.
Deserted?
It seems there's been an outbreak of cholera. Oh, many are sick, and those who are able have left to avoid it. Oh, it's worse than anything we've ever seen in Bristol.
Bessie knew all about cholera. First came a raging fever, then sickness. Often there was little hope of recovery, and now they were right in the middle of an epidemic.
Oh, yeah.
However, there was nothing to do but make their way to the hotel. Borrowing a handcart, the family, including Aunt Bar and Aunt Mary, walked up the street toward their accommodations.
happening?
City Hall of Records. Well, must be they've turned this building into a hospital.
Is everyone sick inside?
Yeah, I expect. Except, I suppose, for a few doctors.
Bessie tried to shut out the cries of the sick children, but they seemed to pass right through her. Then a well-dressed man hurried by the group and headed for the temporary hospital in the Hall of Records.
Maybe he's a doctor. Why can't they cure cholera? That's what I want to know.
Suddenly, the man stopped and looked at Bessie. There were dark circles of weariness under his eyes, and his pale complexion spoke of his exhaustion.
My dear, we do all we can. It's just not enough.
I apologize for my daughter, sir. I'm sure she didn't mean to criticize. We've just arrived in America and just now heard of the epidemic. I'm Mr. Samuel Blackwell, and this is my family.
I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Blackwell. We hope the worst of the epidemic is past. August was terrible. The heat and all.
I'm sorry, sir, about what I said. You look so tired.
Tired? Oh, yes, I'm tired. I wish we could find a cure, but first we must determine the cause. Perhaps someday we will. Or maybe one of your youngsters, Mr. Blackwell, will win the battle against such diseases or play a role in easing the suffering of mankind.
The doctor smiled at Bessie, and with a wave of his hand, he hurried off. Soon the family found their way to the hotel and settled in. Immediately, Father began arranging his business affairs and searching for a house for his family. Just 2 weeks after they arrived,
Everyone, gather round. I have good news. I've found a house for us.
Oh, Samuel, that's wonderful. A house of our very own. Now our adventures in this new land of America can really begin.
the home Father rented was in Rockaway, Long Island. Though somewhat shabby, it was quite charming, and the ocean breezes were refreshing during the heat of the New York summer. By the time the Blackwells had been in America for a year or so, the children were very fond of their surroundings, especially the nearby beach.
Mother, is it all right if Emily and I take a walk by the ocean to look for shells? Oh, yes, Mother, please.
Yes, but be careful. It's almost time for the tide to come in. Keep an eye out.
Oh, good. Come on, Bessie, let's
Bessie, mind you. Keep an eye on that whirlwind sister of yours, will you?
go. Yes, Mother. We'll be home soon. Oh, I found another one. Very pretty. I want to go down the beach a ways. Are you coming?
Bessie wandered a little way down the shoreline, picking up shells as she went. Emily lagged behind, intent on adding to her own collection.
Bessie, come back. There are lots of shells here. I'll be there in a minute. Be sure to watch the water.
Each of the girls continued their search for perfect specimens to add to their collections. Emily was edging nearer and nearer the breakers without noticing her danger. So intent was she on collecting the beautiful shells. The great waves broke behind her like thunder.
What? Where is Emily? Oh, no. What's she doing way out there? Emily! Emily! Just a minute!
Suddenly, out of the corner of her eye, Bessie saw an enormous wave, far bigger than the others, bearing down on her little sister.
Emily! Emily, run! Get out of the water! Emily, no!
Oh, no, Aunt Carol, you can't stop there.
I have to, Uncle Dan. I'm afraid we're out of time.
What about Emily and Bessie? What about the family? Does Bessie become a doctor? What happened?
Whoa, Uncle Dan, slow down. Before you know it, we'll be back with the second half of the story. But in the meantime, I want everyone to stay safe and be happy.
I'll second that. So long for now, everyone.
This has been your Story Hour, building for a better tomorrow.
This is Aunt Carol.
And Uncle Dan saying,
Goodbye, everyone. See you again next time.
Well, that's all, folks. We're done seeing Frank eat.
Yeah, but
We done seen me build a big old smokehouse fire. And that's it.
Hey, that's it.
This is your Saturday, folks. See you on the next video.